Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host for the whole day, and we are having a fabulous guest today. Well, lots of guests actually. We are doing a fundraiser, and it's called Dollars for Warriors. It's Dollars for Warriors, and we know what the warriors are. These are our vets. I'm very close, have always been very close to the vets because they dedicate their time to the United States of America, and wherever they're from all different parts. And I don't think we really pay enough attention, but I have Galen with me right now, and because this is a great example to say, yes, we are paying attention. We've got a fabulous fundraiser going on.
Yes, we do.
And how's it going?
It is going good. It's a little bit warm out here, but we're all hydrating, drinking water, coffee, and staying cool, staying in the shade as much as we can. But we're having a great time, having a great turnout. Got about 92 players in the field.
92 players?
And they are having a blast. I've been able to ride out there and talk to them, and they're all just having a great time.
Now we have to remember that they were out here. They got here like 6:45.
Yes.
Got themselves together, so they were in the cooler side of the day.
Yes.
And of course now they're getting to the 17th hole. And what hole would they be at now? About the 9th,
they're
10th?
at about 15 and 16, so they got about 2 or 3 holes left before they all start
coming into the restaurant here.
Coming in here for their buffet lunch.
Yeah, which will be wonderful. So they won't have to bear the heat that much. But also we're over at Rampart. We're at
Angel Park.
Angel Park. This is the first time I've been here. I've passed through it many, many times. And of course, this also is Vegas Live with Ninon on location. With Steve Sipo, who is my producer and is absolutely fabulous. Now then, Galen, let's get to the nitty-gritty of all this.
All right.
What made you were not actually in any of the forces.
No, I was not.
He was out playing with girls.
I was never in the service, but it was something that a bunch of friends of mine got together about 10, 11 years ago, and we were having a great time at another location, and I decided, why not put a little tournament together? And we decided, let's do it for the military.
Kind of playing your part.
I'm playing my part. This way I can give back. Since I wasn't in the service, this is my way to show my love and my appreciation for my country and my countrymen.
This is my way to get this out there on our internet, because we're on YouTube. It's YouTube/@NDD Network. So don't forget to tune in there. You'll see all our shows, but this show, there was a show we filmed on Wednesday promoting this, and then I sent the flyer out. So hopefully a lot of people, noticed it, or maybe not for this year because it was a little late, but maybe for next year.
Right.
So when you put something like this, you're putting yourself on the edge because you don't know if it's going to succeed or not. And then your name is up there and it's like, am I really giving this impact?
Well, I got to, put my trust in the Lord that He's going to get me through this. And all my players that come out have been coming out for many years. They keep supporting me, so I must be doing something right.
You must be doing something right. Now, this is just a charity. What do you do, daytime or work, or what do you have your own business?
I work at one of the local hotels down on the Strip.
What are you a dealer or
I'm in the food and beverage industry. I'm a butler.
Oh, you're a butler for all the rooms?
Yes, sometimes.
Sometimes. How wonderful. I had a butler one time in my house a few years ago.
That's another challenging job.
Yeah, that is a big challenging job because you can get caught over the heels for that one. You don't do it exactly right. So that's a different job, though. That's something I've never heard of that before. I never thought of a butler in a hotel, actually. I thought a butler was somebody that was quite in a private, large home or something.
Well, there are those ones also.
Also as well. So what made you go into that?
Well, it was just back in the day, I was in the food and beverage industry and just graduated up through restaurants, steakhouses, and was able to get into a butler position, and I love it.
So what hotel are you in?
It is the Westgate Resort Hotel.
Oh, the Westgate. I love the Westgate because that used to be a Hilton. Now, the Hilton family, I knew Francis Hilton, Conrad Hilton.
Las Vegas Hilton.
The Las Vegas. And I knew a lot of them and the family and Paris and all this bit. Not that well, but I knew Francis Hilton, who was the last wife of Conrad Hilton. She was a girlfriend of mine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So, yes, it was very, very nice. So now we've got back into this tournament and doing what you're doing. How do people kind of get involved in this?
Well, there's several ways you can do that. There's we have the Dollars4, and it's the number 4 Warriors.org. And Dollars for Warriors, or info@dollarsforwarriors.org is where you can reach out to us. Also, my phone number is 702-373-1803. And we always are appreciative of donations, raffle items, cars that could possibly be resold or fixed to give to our future recipients. So any kind of donations that you feel blessed to give, we will be happy to receive them.
Yeah, because every dollar received is a blessing. So
Yes.
it doesn't matter if it's $1 or it's $1 million. Million sounds really pretty cool. But let's get that to reality.
Yes.
Anywhere from $1 up, which means that the younger generation can get involved.
That's
With
right.
giving a little dollar or giving something and everything else. And it certainly is worthwhile. I gave a donation today, but mine was a little different. First of all, I'm doing the show for them. And secondly, I brought in a certificate that anybody can bid up for it.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
Yeah, I brought that. It's up there
Thank you.
somewhere. I don't know where they
Awesome.
put it. And they can come on my show. They just have to call me and we'll give them a free.
Wonderful. That's a blessing.
Yes,
That's
yes.
a blessing. Thank you so
maybe
much.
people will start bidding up for that. We'll get them out and make a little bit of money for the vets.
Very well.
And we
Very well.
definitely need, the vets definitely need our help. A lot of them are on the streets. And I don't think we realize quite the dilemma out there of veterans, because they come back, they truly come back wounded warriors, because whether they're wounded physically or whether they're wounded mentally, the mental is a little bit different because they can't quite get themselves back into the swing of a daily life sometimes.
It's a challenge.
And they end up on the street. So with what you're doing and how you're doing it,
We give them the stepping stone.
We're going to be a winner. And how can they reach you if they want to give a donation?
You can go to Dollars4Warriors, and there's a little donation box. Just click on that and open the pocketbooks and donate whatever you can. Every penny counts, every dollar counts, and it goes to our recipient and to promote our cause.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to go on to my next guest now and see what's going on. I don't know if it's going to be a surprise for me, because the majority of people I don't know and never met. So this is all very new to me, but that's okay. We'll get through it all. Thank you so much, Galen.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
time.
You take care.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
I have another guest, Jason Brooks. Absolutely wonderful. Dollars for Warriors. That's what we're covering right now. How are you, Jason?
Great. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm admiring this sort of, I feel like I'm kind of somewhere up in, I don't know if I'm in heaven or where I am, but you look very religious like this.
Thank you.
Now, does it take a lot of time to keep this up?
It actually does, yeah.
I would
wash,
imagine.
shampoo, the beard
Now,
balms,
do you
conditioner.
wash it every day?
Yes, absolutely.
That's a good thing. I asked that question for a reason.
Very clean, yes. I have to keep it clean.
Well, you
yeah.
look very clean.
Thank you.
But you've got like nothing up here and you've got it all hair.
Yeah.
Does that bother you? I mean, he looks rather cool, doesn't he?
Doesn't bother me at all. It's actually nice. My head stays a little cool, and then I just
Then
got
you've
this
got
nice look.
this to take care of. And how long have you had it?
I've had this beard for about 7 years. I used to
7
keep
years
it a little trimmed up a little bit more, and then one day I just decided to let it
Just let it go.
biblical. I was like, let's
So
go
he's
biblical.
very biblical. We're going to get into the biblical side of life with our warriors.
There you go.
Dollars for Warriors is a great program. It's a foundation. We raise money for the veterans. Now, are you a vet?
Yes, ma'am. I'm actually a 100% disabled combat veteran, and I'm actually a former recipient in this program. I was a recipient 7 years ago, and then I got involved with the program because I liked what Galen and the program did. So then I started coming in and bringing in some of my veteran friends, and now every year we have a committee that selects a local veteran. So it's 4 locals.
Well, this is like the snowball effect, isn't it?
Absolutely,
this is
yes.
absolutely incredible. There's another guy going to interview, Peter,
Yeah.
and he's done
He
kind
was
of
a
the same.
recipient a couple years ago, yeah.
Absolutely amazing. So not only are you given, but then you turn around and give back.
Absolutely.
Now
100%.
you were a vet.
Yes, ma'am.
How old were you when you joined up?
I actually turned 25 in boot camp. I was a late bloomer, so I was older than my drill instructors at the time. So I was a little bit
Really?
older, yeah. Because I was born and raised here in Vegas.
Yes.
And after high school, I kind of went into the nightlife / work mode for a while.
Well, didn't everybody? I mean,
Yeah.
it was like the only job in Vegas was a nightclub or a hotel or a
Casino stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
So
casino
I did that for a
stuff.
while, and then I had a kid, and I was like, wow, I need to get my life together. So I went and joined the Marine Corps.
So you joined the Marine Corps. How long were you in the Marines?
A little over 7 years. I got medically retired in 2005.
Now, medically retired means that something medically went wrong or something happened. So
Yes.
What happened to you?
Just wear and tear on the body. I spent 5.5 years with Marine Recon, and I was a martial arts instructor in the Marine Corps as well. And then I was in combat in 2003. We deployed to
Now,
Iraq.
when you say in combat, a lot of us know what that means, but we hear the word, but we don't exactly know exactly what does that mean. Does that mean front line, back line? Where are you
Yes,
in combat?
so-
Combat means you're actually fighting, right?
Yes, we were actually fighting. So in 2003, all through Iraq, my
you were in
unit,
Iraq.
1st Recon Battalion, we were referred to as the tip of the spear. We went out and on many different missions to kind of go into areas to see if the enemy is going to start shooting at us, and then we'd report back and then engage the enemy when we needed to. And they actually ended up writing a book about us, and HBO turned it into a 7-part miniseries called Generation Kill. So if you ever look that up, that's all
That's
about
part
my
of
unit.
your
Yep,
unit.
I was
Now, so
in that
you were
unit.
in charge of the unit?
No, I wasn't in charge
You were
of the unit.
part
I was
of the
part
unit.
of the unit, yes.
Part of the unit.
Yes, ma'am.
How high up? Where were you in it? In the
At
unit?
that time, I was a sergeant. I got selected to staff sergeant, which
Sergeant.
is
I'm with a sergeant. I love it. I
yeah.
love it.
I was a sergeant while we were in Iraq at the time.
Now, when
Yeah.
you think back of that and you're firing at or whatever you're firing at,
Yes.
what goes through your mind now? You know, you actually see people you kill and actually do.
Well, there's a lot of veterans
Drama.
suffer from the PTSD issues, anxiety, and things like that.
yes.
Very, a lot of us remain very vigilant. That's why a lot of us get into things like I do security work, private security, and things like that. So
Okay.
and executive protection. So because I'm always
You're geared
heightened-
into that.
Right. You kind of use that for your advantage, and so I use that to help.
Well,
train
you're probably
people.
more aware of what's going on and what's happening than most people because that was
Yes.
what you did.
Yeah, it's hypervigilance is what it's
Now,
referred
when
to
you
as.
call a unit, how many men and women? Were any women in your unit?
Not in Marine at that time in Marine Corps Special Forces unit and Marine Recon they didn't allow women in that unit.
Is that because the women weren't strong enough, or the women
No,
didn't have
it's just specifically for that type of unit design. It
okay.
was because a lot of times you're in the field for undisclosed amount of time and you don't have access to a lot of hygienic things, so it's a little bit more difficult depending on what
for
you're
women.
dealing with.
So this was no discrimination. I just want to
No,
make sure.
no, not at all.
None at all.
Not at all.
Because none of that
There's
is
a lot
there
of great
anyway.
female warriors out there.
Absolutely,
100%. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
But sometimes there's
Yeah.
places, and as you just said, women like the hygiene and all the bars and all this stuff. And
Well,
in the middle of Iraq, you can't really do
or
that.
other places, but yeah, it's hard to
It's
get
hard
into
to
that. Yeah,
get
so it just
to.
all depends on the type of unit and the operational tempo.
Do
of the
you
unit.
have any regrets or any feelings of going in and wished you hadn't?
No, not at all. I mean, I went in with my
that
fellow
great?
brothers in arms, so I mean, I'm there not only to protect them, but do the mission that needed to be done.
So you were fully-
I was
fully-
doing my job.
You were doing your job
The best of my ability,
to the
absolutely.
best of your ability.
Yes.
And you felt good about what you did, good, bad, right, or wrong. You did
right,
what you
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And do you think that you accomplished your dreams and what you really wanted to do by doing that?
Well, it wasn't a dream of mine to go and fight in another country. It just kind of happened. So my dream though was to always stay in the Marine Corps.
When you join a force, that's kind of what you expect, don't you?
Well,
Especially
yeah,
in this day and age.
Yeah. I mean, you expect that you can do that, but that wasn't. I didn't join because I thought I was going to go overseas and do stuff like that. I joined just because I wanted the training. I wanted to change my life. I wanted to
Really?
get my life on a better track, and I thought the military was a great way to do that.
So would you advise the younger generation to kind of think about it and maybe do the same thing?
Well, two of my sons I put into the military. They both went into the Army instead of the Marine Corps. I sent them
Wait a
over
minute,
to the Army.
how old are your sons?
My oldest boy is turning 27 next week.
You don't look 27 yourself.
I'm actually
Your beard gives it away. It's
Yeah,
great.
No, I'm actually 51.
You're
so-
51, so you have to start coloring this.
Oh no, this is natural color. I love it. I'm not changing that.
Oh, that's wonderful. So what do you think of this foundation? It's great. How-
Like I said, I
have
loved
we-
it. I was a
yes.
recipient 1 year, and every year afterwards, I help out wherever I
So
can.
what's your goal? What's your goal of how much money you want to make? Do you have goals, or what do you have?
It's always a goal to have as many players and as many sponsors as we can.
Yes.
Because everything that we do is for the individual veteran that we select every year. So
Okay.
our goal is to get them financially stable, financially healthy, or getting any help that they need. So
Okay.
our goal at the end of the day is to make a recipient's life better.
And would that be 10,000, 15, 20,000? It doesn't.
Oh, those numbers are great. That'd be wonderful. I mean,
we've got to go on to a high number. We've got to get the big.
Yeah, the
number
higher
out
the
there.
better. How
The
great is
higher the
that?
better.
Yeah.
To help our veterans. Our veterans are on the streets. They're all over the place. I mean, a lot of them really, really, really need help.
Yes, absolutely.
And when you understand the situation they were in more than anybody, because I
went through it, exactly.
You
So when you go through it and you come out the other side, you're a good example for other people, and that's why I do a lot of community service.
I mean, physically you're fabulous. Everything's working, right?
Well, I just came off another surgery. I just had my cervical vertebrae at C4, 5, and 6 just got replaced again. That was my third neck surgery, but I'm actually heart bionic.
Was that neck surgery done through being in the force?
From the military? Yeah,
Oh,
I got injured.
Okay.
Yeah, I got injured while I was in the military, so that's part of the retirement. But yeah,
it doesn't seem to bother you, and so.
Well, you have good days and bad days, but what are you going to do?
I mean, what can you do? It's a day is a day. Enjoy
Exactly.
it. Enjoy it, love it, and give to the veterans.
Absolutely.
Okay, how can they reach you to make a donation?
Well, Dollars for Warriors, obviously, they have their website, dollars4warriors.com, and it's the number 4.
Website.
Yep.
Number 4. So
Absolutely.
Dollars4Warriors.
Absolutely.
Thank you very, very much, Jason.
It was a pleasure talking with you.
Jason Brooks is amazing. You did a long time, and thank you so much for your service.
It's my pleasure and honor.
Thank you. We'll be right back with our next guest. I have Wendy J with me, and she's actually a sponsor of Dollars4Warriors.
Right.
And that is wonderful. What made you choose the vets to donate your wealth?
And that, well, Galen has become who's the president of the company. He's become a very good friend of mine. But I have so many friends that are currently in the in service.
In service now?
Yeah, now, and those that are
were in service.
Out.
Yes.
And so, and my husband's a vet.
Oh, your husband's a vet. Now, were you ever in service?
No.
No?
No, not with my health issues.
No, because there's a lot more women now, I believe, that are going into the service than have ever gone in before, and I think that's remarkable.
Yeah.
Because there's a place for everybody. I mean, women don't have the strength of a man, but they also have abilities that men don't have to help in the service. So
right.
I think it's becoming an all-round sort of, thing to help.
Yeah, in fact, I just met recently the daughter of a guy that's a friend of mine, and she had just gotten off a submarine.
Oh, really? So how old is this person?
She's probably in her late 20s.
Late 20s, to go on a submarine, to have that experience.
Yeah.
That must be amazing, going underwater and also, being with all the guys and everything and taking on a responsibility, because I think going into any of the services is you've got to be correct. I mean, you've got to have your bed made the right way. Everything has to be so correct and so perfect. And that's the way they run all the services, which I think is remarkable. So it does teach you as a woman and as a man, how to be responsible of yourself.
Right.
Now, your husband, how is he? Is he on disability? Is he fine? Is he what?
He has a 10% disability.
Okay.
And he's a few years older than I am and has developed a lot of health issues.
He's developed a lot of them. How long was he a vet for?
He was in 3 years and something.
3 years?
But he was in Vietnam.
Oh, he was on the Vietnam. Oh,
yeah.
That must have been. I think that must have been a very dangerous war.
Well,
or very.
He was actually a medical accounting clerk, so he lucked out and got to work in an air-conditioned trailer.
Oh, so he locked out. Well,
yeah,
I don't
so
know
he had a pretty easy job.
I don't know if it was an easy job seeing all these people coming in that had got shot or whatever had happened to them, or whatever the case may be, mental, physically, whatever it may be. So what do you think of this this organization trying to help the vets that have come out and have these disabilities, or whether they're physical or mental?
Yeah, I think it's great because, like I said, I have a very dear friend that he was a sniper in the Marine Corps. And so he has a lot of, he sometimes he thinks he was a bad person. And I said, no, it was your job.
Yeah.
And
that's a good way of putting it.
And he, he told me about one time having to shoot a child. Well, it was either the kid was going to shoot him or he'd shoot the kid.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're looking at it as a human being, and maybe, you have children or don't have children, but you look at it as a human, and you look at this little soul and you think, that's going to shoot me, or I'm going to, I mean, that's a big,
I mean, there were some
decision.
things that were pretty tough, and he's got a good case of PTSD.
Well, because he has memories of that all the time.
Yeah. And
That's tough. That's tough.
and that, but he loves being a Marine.
He was a Marine.
Yeah.
And he loves it.
And
He's still a Marine?
he's actually now doing some black ops.
What is a black op?
It's
I'm going to be ignorant, and I don't mind.
you basically you go in under the radar type.
Oh,
thing.
undercover.
Yeah, undercover, under the radar, and
Sort out whatever you need to sort
Yeah.
out. I don't know what you do there,
Yeah,
but I
they really
would
don't want to
imagine.
know.
Yeah, I don't want to know. Probably not.
no, I don't think I want to know what he does either.
No, I don't think
In
anybody.
fact, sometimes I think he tells me a little bit too much.
Yeah, do you think have I got to really listen to all this? But it is a tough job, I would imagine, everything else. Now, I have to say something about Wendy. Wendy J, actually, you've been watching my show for some time now.
Yes.
And that, it's such an honor when somebody says, well, I've been watching your show and I like it, and you've been watching it for some time. So
Yeah.
how good is it? Is it okay?
Yeah.
I could get a little insight on what I'm doing.
And well, the thing is there's a need for your type of show where you're talking to people, you're getting people in the Las Vegas Valley involved in things.
Yes, I like to get people involved. I don't like to I never pre-interview, and people say, you've got to find out something. I said, I don't want to find out anything. I said, I want to find out on set exactly their story.
Yeah.
And I find it fascinating. And of course, we're able to help because we're in Vegas, a lot of the entertainers, so we're able to give them a little publicity and get them out there to get them singing jobs and everything else. And then vets, I don't know, ever since I've been in Vegas, I did it in Los Angeles too, but ever since I've been in Vegas, I've been involved with the vets. One way or the other, I seem to get, the vets organization of one way or somewhere to help them. So
Well, I think
what's the most important thing as human beings out there that we can do for the vets?
And that is, to my thing is, let them know that we appreciate what they did for the health of this country.
And what they're still doing.
Yeah, and they're still doing. I mean, it's like right now, what's going on with our current administration and the vets and stuff like that, we need to help them.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny, I do a radio show, and there's a guy called Frank Hellring that I do the show with, and he brings out this story about a lot of the vets get killed in these hospitals, get murdered. And apparently not many people know about these vets being murdered in these hospitals. And when he tells the story, I kind of listen to it and I think, how would you murder a vet in a hospital? But apparently this is going on. So if you look up vets and being murdered in you'll find a website or something on it. I don't know exactly the website. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. But I think that if you look it up and what goes on with these vets, I think we truly, truly need what you're doing, you're donating, whatever you're giving is absolutely wonderful. So whatever you can give out there, Dollars4Warriors is out there. Help them because they truly, truly need our help.
Yeah. And what I think is very interesting is Galen, the president of Dollars4Warriors, never served.
I know. I had him on, to open the show, and he never served. So he said, I didn't serve, but at least I can give back now. So he's giving back to something he really doesn't know too much about, but he now knows a lot about it because he's doing it.
Yeah, he appreciates, again, what they've done to make his life better.
But absolutely. So what message would you like to give out there to the vets in the camp?
Yeah, that basically is, you're not forgotten.
Cool.
The vets are not forgotten. We remember them all. Whether whether you only served 2 years or you served your whole lifetime.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. We appreciate what you did for us.
And so we're paying back. In one way or another, we are giving back or paying back or whatever it is. Thank you, Wendy, very much. You've been an inspiration to the vets. And thank you for your donations and everything. We'll be right back. Today I have Shelby with me. Shelby is a recipient for the vets, for the organization we're doing, which is Dollars4Warriors. Today is the day where they're all out there playing golf in Las Vegas. This morning it was quite cool. It was lovely. 6:30 in the morning was great, fabulous. But now it's a little later and it's getting a little hot out there. This is our first day actually in Vegas. It's going up to, I I think 109 or 110 or something ridiculous. Anyway, Shelby, let's get back to you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. She's got those beautiful eyes and no makeup on. I mean, I wish I could do the same thing. So you're a recipient on this thing. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I served 7 years in the Marine Corps. I did reservists. I worked
7 years.
7 years.
Isn't that cool? Wow.
I work at the Leatherneck Club Bar and Grill, and that's how this kind of came about. Someone
So
had
you
nominated me.
you met somebody that was involved in
Yes.
Dollars for Warriors. And so why did you go into this? What service were you in?
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps. Oh my goodness. Now, are you the one that was in a submarine?
No.
Not you, no. There's
Not me.
somebody else was in a submarine. I think that, I mean, I would love to do that even at my age. I don't know if I'd have to join to do that, but I'd love to be underwater in a submarine for a few days. Wouldn't it be fun?
You're going to be stuck with a lot of men.
That could be a good,
I mean,
that could
it could be good or bad, I
mean,
guess.
that could be good or bad. You know, my state of life right now, I don't think it would be that good. But so anyway, so you were a recipient now. So you've kind of fallen. Being a recipient means you've fallen on a little bit of hard times.
Yes.
Now, you're pregnant at the moment.
Yes.
Do you know, boy, girl?
Boy.
Oh, it's a boy. How wonderful. And you have other children?
Yes. I have 5 other children.
Hang in
so
a
this will be
second.
my 6th.
I don't know. I don't have any children. So, I mean, you have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And
Well,
snacks in between.
and snacks in between every single day because they're mummy this, mummy this, mummy this. I've 6 of, well, it's going to be soon 6.
Yes.
But you got this big smile on your She must love it. She's got this big smile on her face. I love it. So every time, what time do you get up in the morning?
5:30, 6 o'clock.
5:30, 6 o'clock. And what time do you go to bed? Totally. I mean, you probably don't have to worry about sleeping. You're so exhausted.
Probably like 10 o'clock.
About
if I
10
can get
o'clock. So
everybody
you get
down.
enough sleep time.
Yes.
And most of the kids now are going to school.
It's kind of like a half and half.
Half
I have
and
3
half.
in school and then 2 that aren't, and then
The-
obviously this one.
Yes, this one. So so the youngest is how old?
2.
2?
And then I have a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 7-year-old, and 13-year-old.
No, 13-year-olds. So you've got a little bit of time in
Yes.
between some of them. What is the greatest need for these children every single day?
Well,
That you
aside
have
from
to
food,
provide.
obviously, we really needed a dining room table like that's
Okay.
seated
Oh,
out
you're
all
the
of us.
dining room table lady. I was telling Art, yes, a couple of days ago, I was interviewing him. I had this gentleman that had a dining room table, but it would be perfect for you because it was like an 8-10 seater
Yes.
in rosewood, but it had a cabinet with it as well and a big sideboard and a cabinet. I might call them and see if they've still got it because it would be perfect for you. But so needing a table, I would imagine, is just so they can sit at a table.
Yes.
In having your family at home, do you like to at least one part of the day all sit around and like be a family and like talk and be together?
That's usually dinner time for us.
That's dinner time. And,
Yes.
and what time would dinner time be? 6?
Usually it's like 6:30. My husband gets off at 6, so
So you have a
I'll have it
husband.
ready to go for him. Yes.
So, and what is your husband? Well, he must love all this 6 children bit because you've got another one on the way, so which makes it 6. So he must like the idea as well.
I suppose, or he went with it.
Maybe he didn't have a choice.
I mean, everybody has a choice. you
Yeah, we
know.
all have a choice. Yeah, we all know what to do and what not to do, right? So in bringing up these kids and everything, you served 7 years, as you said.
Yes.
In those 7 years, did you ever expect or think that you would be in this position after coming out?
No, I didn't.
No? So how long ago, you're older than you look. She looks like she's 26 and she can't be 26 because she's got a 30. Well, you could be, but you've got a 13-year-old, so you've got to be a little older than that,
Yes.
I think, if my calculations are right. Did you ever think when you came out of the service that this would happen and you would have a large family like this?
I only wanted a boy and girl, so while I was in the service, I had my oldest, and then that I didn't want to have any more kids while I was still in. I wanted to wait to get out.
So
and
while you were in service, where was the kid? Was the kid with
me,
you?
With me, yeah.
Oh, so you weren't, where were you in the service?
I was at Anacostia, DC, which
Oh,
is
you were in
attached to
DC.
Bowlings. Yeah, so I did a lot of I&I stuff.
What's I&I?
like Eighth and I, like they'll do like some drill stuff. We'll
Okay.
go and dress nice and go talk to people and
Oh, okay.
help with
Okay.
recruitment. Toys for Tots was a big thing, so
Okay.
we were the hub for that for DC and Maryland and Virginia, that area.
So you really didn't go abroad or anywhere. You didn't serve
No.
outside. So you had 7 years. Was that 7 years in DC?
No, I did my last 3 in Quantico, Virginia.
Oh, Virginia.
So close.
They're very close, right?
Yes.
Like sort of quite next to. Out of the 7 years you did, and what do you feel you gained out of it and you achieved out of it?
Honestly, I grew. I blossomed.
Yeah.
I joined the Marine Corps because my dad was in the Marine Corps, and at first he got out right when he adopted my sister and I. Well, my parents adopted us. And so I didn't really experience that, but I was in lacrosse class on my sophomore year, and there was this guy in a uniform. I'm like, okay, what's that about? It's like a Navy uniform.
Yeah, and he looked cool, right?
He looked cool, and he was like, oh, I'm in NJROTC, and I was like,
What's
what is that?
that?
And I was like, okay, this is cool. So I completed 4 years in 2, and that's what gave me the E.
You completed 4 years in 2 years.
Yeah, I did like 2 classes
So you
each
must
year.
you must be a pretty good student then.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
I take my education very seriously.
You do. So did you feel like because you wanted to go in there, you didn't really feel anything else was coming up for you? And you just felt this was a great opportunity for your intelligence and what you wanted to do?
Honestly, I needed discipline. I really needed discipline.
She was one of those running around.
I was just wild and like sheltered, so I needed, I would branch out. I needed
to calm down and sort of get a little discipline there and everything
So
else.
the intent was I had a lacrosse scholarship, so I went to Frostburg State University for a semester,
Okay.
and I played lacrosse and field hockey there. And then I left because I just didn't really like school, and I didn't really want to know what I wanted to do, and I just wanted to do the military thing.
Yeah.
So instead of I did the delayed entry program, which means you do your training in the summers of your schooling.
Okay.
I decided to not do that and just do all my training at once, and
At
then
one
hit
time.
my reserve unit. And
So you kind of like studying and doing all that.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so now because you're kind of in the younger generation, what message would you like to give out to the younger generation now? And I don't know how old, because you have to be 16 is the youngest to go to enroll,
I think you have to
or
be
18
18
now. So it's 18 to enroll. What advice would you give the younger generation right now? Because we seem to be having a bit of a dilemma with them because the older generation are not really handling the technology as well as the younger generation. So there's kind of this big gap between them. What would you suggest to the younger generation about maybe going into one of the military services?
I would say absolutely go for it. It was a great choice. I don't regret it. I grew, I blossomed. I had a steady paycheck. I mean, they pay for your housing. I mean, there's so many benefits,
Really?
that you can get, especially with this economy. It's hard finding a good job that can support a family.
Brought up a great thing with the economy. This would be a great thing to jump into.
Absolutely.
And also for discipline. A lot of the younger generations, I'm not saying they need discipline.
Oh, they need discipline.
Well, I'm glad you said it.
They need discipline.
I don't know if they need discipline or not. I think they need parents.
Present.
I think they need parents, and I'm really going to say this. I did a show, Voices of Tomorrow, for 16 years. I actually interviewed children from 10 years to 18, and a lot of these kids needed their parents just to say hello or just to say, hey, I love you. That's all some of these children need. So,
Wow.
but I think your advice about going in there, what's the shortest time you're going there? 2 years?
I think it's 4.
4 years.
I'm pretty
now.
sure it's 4 years.
4 years. 4 years. So you can go in there. You can get everything you need. You get, and you get an education as well, don't you?
You can go to schooling while you're in there.
Okay. Dollars4Warriors. How can they get in touch, or what would you?
From the website. They're looking for recipients right now as well for next year's. So the website, go to the website, apply. You just got to do a short bio, show proof that you were in the service, obviously.
You were in the service. So do you have to be in the service?
Yes.
You have to be in the service to be a recipient.
Correct.
You've been an incredible guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I think you've opened up a little bit of the world for the younger generation.
Hopefully so.
Yeah, I think you have. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back. I have next to me Austin, and Austin is obviously Dollars4Warriors, and you take care of the recipients.
Yes.
But the recipients, Austin, you have to check them out 100%
Yes.
to make sure they're qualified.
Exactly.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are
You're
you?
looking great. I'm just rolling right into this, not even acknowledging Austin. So you have to make sure that they are who they are,
Exactly.
and they have to either be served or not served. They have to
They have
serve.
to be a veteran.
They have to be a veteran. Okay.
That's the number one priority is they have to be a veteran.
Okay.
What we're looking for is we mainly crowdsource all of our recipients. So if you know a friend or family member or coworker or someone
Okay.
who served, who's down on their luck, needs help, that's who we're looking for.
Okay. Do they have to be in Vegas, or could they be anywhere?
We prefer to stay local in Vegas for right
Yes.
now. We are planning on expanding in the future, but
Yeah.
for right now in the Vegas area.
Yeah, so you can check them and see who they are, what they
Exactly.
need, and how they need it, and the whole bit. Like we just had the young lady that's
Yes, exactly.
That's going to get.
Yeah, we actually got her from the Marine Corps Legion here in Vegas.
Oh, really? So
That's
you
why I
have
reached out.
special places to reach out
Yeah,
and ask
I
them.
reach out to almost every veteran group in Vegas and ask them to, throughout the year, all year, you can email info@dollars4warriors.org with a bio, a picture, a layout of what they need, a layout of who
Okay.
they are. And that's how we go through our recipients.
Oh, how wonderful! Now, do you have a lot more than one? Would you give for more than one, or it depends?
So with the golf tournament, we normally pick one recipient, but throughout
Okay.
the year, we're able to do little things here and there, bigger things here and there. So
depending who needs
Who needs
what,
what and when, yes.
yeah, and how soon they need it.
exactly.
Okay. Do you ever get involved in the ones that are on the streets, the homeless vets? Because there's so many of them out there. It's unbelievable.
We personally don't. We partner with other charities that do.
Oh, okay.
So we help through other charities as well.
So you can find out who they are, and if you have any spare dollars,
Exactly.
you never know if somebody wants to be really generous and help out there. What's the average donation do people give the vets?
So like during our tournament, average donations are about $60 to $100.
60 to 100. Oh, that's not bad. That's cool.
Yes.
I know there was somebody that said they couldn't make it today, and they sent a check for 500. I thought, well, that's really good.
Yes. Yeah. That's one of our friends. She's donating $500 to help fund the mission.
To
And
help fund the mission and fund. Now, what were you in?
unfortunately, I was rejected from the military.
Oh, I didn't know they would reject people.
Well, so this was back in 2012. Obama was doing a big push to roll back the military. We were going to get out of Iraq and Afghanistan. And because I had had a broken bone or two in the past, they used that as a medical excuse not to
Really?
take me. So I try and help out in other ways because I never was able to serve.
So in other ways, you're able to help the vets and everything.
Exactly.
Do you think, I guess we'll just talk about Vegas, but as a whole in America, do you think we do enough for our vets, or do you
No,
think,
not enough.
we don't do enough? Why?
The VA
Is it because we don't know?
We don't know because veterans are very proud. They don't always want to admit they have an issue.
Oh,
So that's one hurdle we always run into. Another big issue is they have help through the VA system, but it's so overloaded and so underfunded that there's not really a whole lot you can do.
and yet they say they're giving money and they're helping the vets, but they're not.
They're giving money. The government is giving money, but it's not
Not going the
enough
right
money
places.
quick enough.
It's not enough money quick enough.
Yes,
So we're able to help all these other countries, but can't help our own.
exactly.
You know, I often wonder about that we don't do enough for our own country that before helping other countries.
Yeah.
Why? I don't get that.
Well, the U.S. tends to act as the world police to try and keep the peace. And
Not doing too good a job at the moment, are we?
we could be better.
I think
We need to be a lot better here so we can be a lot better there.
I think the whole world could be a lot better of what's going on
yes,
and what's happening.
definitely.
And, you know, you say definitely.
Definitely.
Your opinion of the world, you know, you're out there interviewing a lot of people that, you know, they're going through hard times.
Yes.
And so you see a lot more than what I would see. What do we need to do for the United States of America to help these? We don't seem to talk about them enough that really do need help.
A lot of it is going to be more focused on getting mental health. That's where we should start.
Really?
Yes.
So you think, is that through the drug problem we have, or?
There's a drug problem, but there's also a big mental health problem just in general.
A big mental health. When you say a big mental health, where does that come from? Is that people giving up, or people?
People go through depression, they go through bipolar, they go through PTSD, they go through a bunch of different things that need better addressed.
Okay.
And that's one thing we're definitely trying to help within the veteran community.
Yeah.
Is a lot of people won't speak out that they're going through things because they were raised and put through the military, and military is very much hold your emotions, be on your level,
Yeah,
keep
because
your
you've always
cool.
got to be kind of stiff and
Yes, you're supposed to be level-headed and cool.
level-headed and cool. Yeah, I think that might be really bad. He's giving me some sign here. What do you want me to do? Because I can't read it. Huh? Oh, okay. So it's just telling me that you are the last guest,
okay.
which is pretty cool actually, because it's kind of, that's what we're here for the money you raise for the recipient. So it's pretty cool to be the last guest, right? But so we know how to get into it. You have to either been served or not, or
Yeah, you have to
out
have
of
been
it now.
served, yes.
You can still be serving as well, right?
Yes, you could.
You'll still be serving.
We'd much prefer veterans because while you're serving, you get a lot more options from the VA and you get a lot more help. The VA has a slower backup if you're a veteran than it is if you're active duty.
Active duty. Okay. Okay.
We love to help all our veterans and our active duty, but we see a lot more need with veterans than we do with active duty.
Oh, really? For the
Yes.
veterans now that have come out and they've got all these kind of different physical and mental problems.
Exactly.
I know that they've this tunnel for thing, the tunnel foundation, they've raised a lot of money and they build houses for these
Yes.
vets and everything. I think that's amazing. I love to watch their ads because I love to see the smile on their faces when they go into their home and they've got this brand new home and everything, and they're able to sort of, maneuver around with the disabilities they seem to have
Yes.
and everything else. And you mustn't forget that, all these people are just serving our country. They're protecting our country, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't that what the veterans
That's
are doing?
exactly what they're there for.
Are the women going in now that never been in before?
I wouldn't say there's more going in, but there's more seeing active duty than ever before.
What do you mean by active duty?
In the fire, in the line,
Oh, in the line and everything.
out. Yeah, there's a lot less forcing them into more office roles and admin roles, and they're able to be on the front line
On
now.
the front lines now. So they've realized that we can handle a front line. We do have a voice and we do have kind of little muscle hair. We kind of get it out there. We're winning the battle of women. We're becoming, I don't want to say we're becoming equal, because I've never felt that there is an equal thing between a man and a woman. A man is a man and does his thing, a woman does her thing, and they're just two separate kind of people going along in the world that support each other, hopefully. What message would you like to give out there to the veterans in the camera?
Any veterans, family, friends of veterans, if you know anyone who's in need of help, please reach out. It's never too late. If you need to get a hold of us, info@dollars4warriors.org. That's the best place. Please send us some resumes, some bios. We love to help out everybody.
Isn't this nice to have a show that we're really truly out there and the voice is out there to help our vets. I think this is the first program, I've done a lot of programs regarding vets, but this is the first one that we're really getting into who they are, what they're trying to do. And it's a tough road, especially now with the economy and everybody's fighting for that little last dollar and everything. But even as a kid, and you want to give to the vets, even $1's fine. You get 10 kids, that's $10. So that's pretty cool. So don't forget the $4Warriors and go to their website and check it all out and see what you can donate. And maybe you can be a recipient and I can have you on the show as well. You can get more people out there,
exactly.
right? Thank you for watching Vegas Live with Ninon. It's been absolutely amazing. Steve Sieber, who is my producer, he came out here. He was a vet. He still is a vet. And but it's amazing that we can do this work for you, and I can do my little bit, and we can help the world out there. But let's help Vegas, $4Warriors. And thank you for watching Vegas Live with Ninon. And don't forget to tune on YouTube /@NDD Network. We'll see you on our next show. Take care.